It's crazy how boring this game was to play, though. And Arcane made such amazing things. Like, they made Prey, they made Arx Fatalis, they made Dishonored. Like, chat, has there been a single good stealth game after Dishonored, like a first-person one? I can't think of any. I keep going back to Dishonored, but there's no other game that fills that niche, because they can't make a game like that anymore. Because it just wouldn't sell well. None. Wow, that's sad, actually. That's actually sad that people are saying none. Deathloop? No, I wouldn't say that. Churn Vector. What's that? Okay, you're saying Forspoken. Yeah, you're doing a bit. Deus Ex? No.
Redfall. So the reviews are out and they are absolutely brutal.
What an easy concept. A fucking zombie game only with vampires instead of zombies. How do you screw that up?
The word that defines Redfalls is flimsy. From the narrative to the game design to most of the enemy's skeletons, they're also badly put together.
Redfall is one of the worst handling shooters I've played on a console.
I remember when I was playing through Redfall, and you could rescue NPCs, and they would just run into, like, they would run off screen like Disney characters, and then they just disappear. Let's see if I can find it. It was actually so awful. God, that hairstyle is awful, by the way. Damn. All right, I'm not saying it's good now. I never said that. Yeah, that's right. When you let them go, they would just run away. Oh, that's right. I was, like, freeing them and stuff. And then they just run into you, and then they just despawn. Just gone. Like they were just never there.
What the?
Yeah, there you go. Teleporter jet.
Pyro, it's your brother-in-law, your sister, and just saw that porn with your nephew. We were right not try harder to let you form a relationship with our son. It's why you're not coming to ours for Christmas, so please.
What in the Bear Season 2 Christmas special are you fucking talking about?
Where's she gonna go?
Yeah, there was like this NPC here. Yep, just disappears. Just disappears. It was so lazy.
I'm gonna follow her.
They don't even, like, if there was an animation of them climbing into the manhole, it'd make sense, but they're like, nah, just teleport. No one's gonna follow them. And I remember, like, fighting every single vampire in the game, and all you had to do was just spam it and then just, like, finish it off with the stake. And if you didn't have a stake, you're just done.
A bafflingly bad time.
Fallout is coming to Fortnite. That doesn't surprise me at all, to be fair. I mean, it's just popular IP, in it. But, like, I've seen so many people on my friends list on Steam that are, like, playing through New Vegas and 76 right now.
Across the board, whether playing solo or with a friend or three suffering alongside you.
I can't imagine a world where Arcane, who has made hit after hit after hit, makes this on their own volition.
Thing is, you just admit you're an alcoholic through, like, the bitterly mega chippy dono. That's crazy. I mean, it wasn't Arcane's choice, because Arcane made Dishonored, and then they made Prey, and Prey was absolute cinema, but because people have smooth brains, they're like, oh, I don't get it. There's no XP, and you don't get a battle pass. So, like, that really undersold. And then Bethesda were like, okay, this isn't good, Arcane. You make good games, but no one likes good games. They like repetitive games. So then they put them as, like, a B team, and I think they did, like, level design for Wolfenstein Youngblood, which was just doomed to fail. Like, let's look at the reviews on Wolfenstein. Let's look at the reviews. Actually doomed to fail. Yeah, six. I'll be honest, a 6 out of 10 is like a 4 out of 10 for a film. Let's be real. Game rankings are so much more strict. It's almost like anything below an 8 means the game is dog shit out of 10. It's really strict. It's really strict. Like a 7 or below, most people just don't even bother.
Clearly was not.
Woman, bad game. I played through Youngblood. It's just boring. The only good thing about it is the level design, because it has a bit of verticality. And the reason why it had the verticality is because Arcane did the level design. They were the B team on that game. So they actually managed to implement the stuff that they used in Dishonored into Youngblood. And it still flopped. Because Arcane, like, I think Bethesda said to them, like, we need to do a multiplayer game, guys. It has to be co-op. And that's why they were forced to do Deathloop as well. They were like, we need players coming back. We can't have single-player games anymore. No one fucking buys them.
Not ready for any sort of
That's why, like, indie games are, like, juicing right now. Like Hollow Knight and stuff.
mass consumption. Yet here it is.
Like, I've actually never seen more hype for Hollow Knight Silk Song than like any AAA game that's coming out.
Released as
Deathloop was fine. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, it got a lot of hate in the beginning. I thought it was alright, but it wasn't as good as Dishonored.
Happy late birthday. Here's to all the many years of content and amazing moment we've made with you. I'm still enjoying the stream while I work anyway, man. Have an amazing stream.
Thank you, Ravioli, for the 10.
one of the
Do you feel
Xboxes.
like early 2000s games had more creativity and fun than the ones now?
Because they had more freedom. They had more freedom to do what they want. And they don't have that freedom anymore. Dude, I'm so sorry. Whoever's making this donut, I'm going to skip you because it's so unfunny. I've just pre-read it and you're saying like Ohio Skibbity. It's so bad, I can't even try to make it funny for you, like out of sympathy.
Awesome.
I can't even pretend to get purposely outraged to try and clickbait like a Jinxie clip. It's just so awful. That's the most unfunny dono. You need to get writer's lessons, man.
Exclusives.
Destroy the vampire. What is happening?
Sometimes enemies will spawn inside of objects. Sometimes they will spawn underground where you can't even shoot back at them.
I don't think I ever had that problem. I just had the problem with the combat just being absolute dog shit, like even when it worked.
Dead as a dormouse.
Like, the human enemies will just run up to you straight away, and they won't take, like, cover. And if they do, they just purposely expose their heads. There's no point anyway.
Sometimes they'll start aiming at the stairs. Enemies will phase through cover.
Lego
They
item
will
number
take cover.
4530 head or hair.
Lego number 4,530. That's the Hulk, you idiot. Did you mistype the dono? Did you mistype it? You said 4,530. Yeah, no, ban him. Ban him straight up. Ban him. Shohei Ohtani. I think it's Japanese or something. Ban him. Yeah. That sucks. It's not even the same hairstyle, idiot. Like, I literally have it tapered at the back.
Behind nothing.
That's wild.
Attention PYROs, mods, and editors.
That's
Why do you let yourselves be controlled by a man with no taste for music, no taste in clothes, and is also a bad uncle to his family? WHY listen to a man who looks like Bones one moment to average lad at the pub. Why?
Shut up.
Actually nutty.
Countless amounts of bugs and glitches that I experienced, both visual and otherwise.
You know what's really weird? That was G-Man Lives, right? One thing I never understood about G-Man Lives, I really like his videos. I think his videos are really good. I actually have them on in the background a lot of the time. Because as a YouTuber, I don't really enjoy watching YouTubers anymore. But I like G-Man videos. I remember when he was called like GGG, G-Man Lives. But then he did a video on, what was it? Yeah, he did a video on Starfield, and he was like way too overly positive. That's right. Starfield is a phenomenal achievement. I think this is like the only positive review. Yeah, the dislikes aren't that great. I really like his videos though. Like even though I didn't agree with that, like I still watch him. It's not like I'm gonna watch one video and it's like, oh, that sucks. You're cancelled. Like I still watch all of his stuff. I liked his Phantom Fury video. And his Mullet Mad Jack video was really good. I think I actually picked up the game because of him. But yeah, I don't know why he was like shilling Starfield so much.
I'll start. I'll hit Redfall, but I'll just say.
Dude, who is this again? Who is this? What's his name? The CEO of Xbox. He got his base nuked in Fallout recently. It was so funny. And now apparently he's running through all the quests to try and get it back. Phil Spencer. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, so, someone nuked his camp in Fallout.
Man, how can you not love the Fallout community? In an act of revenge, a gamer went out of their way to nuke Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer's camp in Fallout 76.
Having Lego item number 29,600.
For those of you who don't know, Microsoft just shut down a bunch of gaming studios, including Arcane Austin, the makers behind Redfall, Tango Gameworks.
They shut down Arcane Austin? That's right. Yeah, they did. I mean, Arcane's a French company, so that's only a... Because what all the game companies are doing now, they're all purposely setting up in Austin because of, like... tax reasons.
Is behind Redfall, Tango Gameworks, the makers of The Evil Within and Half-Hour Rush, and Alpha Dog.
Wait, what was the, you look like Lego item, 29633. I don't know how you're pulling these up so quickly. It don't even look like that, man. That looks like a weevil or something. Doesn't even look like that. That looks like a toenail. Wow. Wow, guys. Wow. Wow. I'm turning off the camera for a minute for that one. Wow. That's so unneeded. That is so unneeded.
There's nothing that's more difficult for me than disappointing the Xbox community. Just to kind of watch the community lose confidence, be disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Does Xbox actually have any games? I know PlayStation has no games. But Xbox has negative games. Like, they're actually shutting down studios. Like, they're taking games away from the consumer.
I'm upset with myself.
Did you really just say they have Skyrim as a game? Are you stupid? Did you say Skyrim?
I kind of revisit our process.
This was released, and there is no way that they didn't know about these bugs. There's no way.
I said it before, it's not the worst game ever made. And if they fix all the performance issues on PC, well, I'm sure it'll be fun to play through, mostly.
I love when I watch G-Man videos, and he always says that comparison. It's not the worst game in the world ever made. Fucking lighter. But you know what the worst game in the world is? Your fucking mum. And then it'll be like a TV static bleep sound.
Fans of Arcane Studios and those of us who know what these guys are truly capable of, though, are definitely going to be disappointed, and justifiably so.
There's no fucking way there's going to be a Redfall 2.
Off. Dude, Angry Joe played through the whole game. Wow. Does he even do it? Bro, I grew up on him and Nostalgia Critic. That's why I make such good content. Hang on. Does he still do the Angry Joe? What are they called? Reviews? Does he do them anymore?
3.
No, I don't want that. I want where you do green screen and you've got badass seal of approval. Trailer reaction? Angry impressions? It's over. Oh, wait, no, he uploads a lot, actually. I wasn't even checking the upload dates. Holy content, Andy! He's just like 4 videos a day! I need to get on that level. God damn! Okay, that's pretty insane. Yeah, he's got... This is what I've always been scared of, like, you know, just falling into the slot mill. I mean, I have done that 100%, but I still also do the main channel reviews once every 5 years. He did Ban 8 trailer. Did he actually?
Yo, been chillin' here for a while. Being a soldier for a few years, I still like your content and has gotten me through a lot, but holy shit, I refuse to be involved in the community, and their 1 in 100 funny dono consistency. It's still fun to watch happen.
Thank you, Decayman, for the 30 dilla. Damn, thank you, man. Yeah, I think it's Russian roulette, but it's like 100-sided die. One die, it's funny. Yeah, I don't think he does the angry reviews anymore. It just became content Andy.
Awful. You should be ashamed of yourself. Absolute.
You know, sometimes you can kind of read the writing on the wall, and with Redfall, the writing apparently was pretty clear, and the results, unfortunately, speak for themselves.
It died.
Hello, beautiful people. It's been exactly 1 year since the very unfortunate release of Redfall, and a lot can change in those short 300.
Wait, it's a Ban 8 trailer. Holy cinema. Okay. Okay. How did you turn a 1-minute trailer into a 12-minute video? He is doing the most. How did you do that? How did you do that? I'm not even angry. I'm just jealous. Let's give it a watch. Blue Ban.
Hi. It's been a while.
The voice acting, man, you can't beat it. You cannot beat the voice acting. I like how they're just introducing new characters into the canon now. Like it's multiverse of madness. It's gonna be like Ban from like another timeline, isn't it? I hope you voice in Ban. They got... Bro, Jack Manifold voiced one of the characters in Ban. I would love to. I would actually love to. Holy cinema. Soy face. These are all the characters we've seen before. I would like to know what this character is, because this character, you always see it in the background of the games, and it looks horrifying. I remember those guys. Ban. Oh! Scary! Scary filter! Scary filter! Scary filter. I love how quickly they're putting these videos out, man. I love it. I need to watch this video. How did you turn it to 12 minutes?
Cover the truth behind the place. There, like everyone was going to watch.
Taylor Swift concert. What is that? I'm not watching that anyway.
65 days.
I'm not watching that.
So the question is Redfall good now? No. Not really. I never played Redfall when it came out, but I did devour the news about it. The stories of mismanagement, employees leaving the company, and just overall chaos. It was an incredibly compelling story about the downfall of a beloved studio, Arcane.
It just, everything about it feels so lazy as well. Like, even the running animation, there's no, like, weight to it. I remember playing this game, Battlefield 1942, was it, maybe? Really old game. It was on, like, the Xbox Live Arcade. But even in that, like, little Xbox 360 title, like, when you shot guns, they had such weight and, like, impact. And that just wasn't in this game at all.
Probably the Austin branch, which are the creators of one of my favorites, Prey. Exactly a year.
Wait, was it the Austin branch that did Prey, like, on their own? Hang on. That's very surprising. Actually, no, it's not. Because I remember the animations of Prey were actually pretty shit. Like, the pistol and stuff, it had, like, no weight to it. But it was such a good game. Oh, wow, just Austin? I thought they used the French studio as well. Yeah, in Leon. Wow, no, okay. I mean, to be fair, they had the French guys from the actual main. Yeah, that was such a good game, though, man.
Later with little.
I really want to do a video on Prey at some point. You know what we should do, guys? You know how I do IRL stuff for these videos now? For the Prey video? I'll just get Mr. Beast to send me into space.
News of Arcane keeping their promises about Redfall being their most supported game ever, or even the character DLC they promised they were showing up. I wanted to see where the game currently sits, but since I never played it a year ago, I needed some reference, and I think all those YouTubers helped give me a good barometer to measure how much the game has improved, or hasn't.
This was the whole game, by the way, the whole combat loop with vampires, because the humans you could kill, the vampires you had to stake them, like kind of a finisher thing in Batman where you knock someone out. So you would just be backpedaling, shooting them, staking them.
Big patch was November 16, 2023, which in modern gaming is a long time ago.
Yeah. November... Yeah, it's like 6 months ago. Yeah, actually half a year ago. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, half a year ago doesn't feel like that much. But in video game standards, like anything past last week, it's like people that blow up on TikTok. They fall off after like a week. Thank you, Vinny, for the 12. You have Ubisoft Forward to talk about next week.
To be fair, there were some minor bug fixes later on, but too minor for them to even be publicly mentioned. That's not a great sign for the game, but I can personally report they seem to have squashed most of the bugs, as I had a very smooth experience playing this. None of the weird
It's
animations,
just that sprinting animation though, man. It looks so ass. Like no head bob or anything.
characters T-posing or glitching into the levels happened to me. The game ran at a steady frame rate throughout, looked great, and had 0 crashes. The development has brought the game up to a working standard. But the problem
I swear he said that like while the crosshair was having a stroke.
Is that might have been the most interesting thing about Redfall, because this is the most boring game I've ever played.
I'd prefer a game that's fun and buggy than one that's just boring. And it works.
Let's start on a positive note by first talking about what I liked or what stood out for me. The setting and levels have an appeal to them. I like the idea of being trapped in a small town with vampires. It has a strong 30 Days of Night atmosphere, except for being set in a small fishing town. And I do like how the town looks. Specifically the interiors of the stores, the bigger buildings, and the overall style of the architecture. Yes, there are some places when the interiors are just completely empty, but as someone who grew up around fishing towns, this game has that feeling down to a T. It even has a museum. While most of the game felt incredibly empty, there were moments where I just enjoyed soaking in the atmosphere.
I feel this guy had a pretty fucking boring childhood. Like if he sat there being like, yeah, it's accurate. There's nothing here, but it's accurate.
Another positive is the sound design. Now a lot of people roll their eyes here, but hear me out. Sound makes this world.
I feel that sound enhances a world, but if you've got a shit world, the sound design is actually just, it's not going to do anything. This is an interesting segue actually, because I recently started looking at Apple TV. I don't have an iPod. I've got a Samsung, so I just never use like Apple stuff at all. But I got Apple TV, and there's a really good show that's on there that I might do a main channel video on, and it's all auditory. It's called Calls. It's really good. It's like a 9-episode series. It's all an anthology where, you know, every episode is different characters. But it all takes place on a phone line. Like you see the names of the characters and the little wavelengths and stuff. It's really good. It's really, really good. If anyone's got Apple TV, I definitely recommend watching it. It's amazing.
And here it's really well done, and something I just don't hear talk about much. The audio, especially the background noise.
Really good coming from Pyro means mid at best. You're just parroting what Albino said, where he's like, oh, when Pyro says a game is good, it means it's shit. It means it's shit.
Gunshots and screams add an extra texture and depth to the world, making it a more nightmarish...
Nah, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. I'm pulling up the clip. I'm pulling up the clip. Where is it?
Experience playing TF2.
Where is it?
Prey.
Look at this. So, okay, I just said that Prey is a good game,
Honestly,
and it is a good
I feel
game.
like most people would enjoy playing Postal for no regrets than the games mentioned in that video.
Be quiet. I don't know if Prey is good or not. I haven't played it. Pyro said it was good, so it's probably bad. Here's a rule of thumb when you want to have taste in video games. If Pyrocynical says something is good and it's a video game, it's usually not good, and you should have the opposite opinion.
Hitler mustache, shut up.
Atmosphere.
But it just shows though, right? Like Prey is a good game.
It's
a very good game. And like, what a stupid take that is, that he writes off the game just because I suggested it.
With the calming sounds in the air of birds and chirping insects once you're out of danger, makes the game stand out a little bit. The final positive is the nest level.
Why are we saying true? Just because you tried to pirate it and it didn't work, because you went on like freesteamgames.com and you got a virus on your computer.
With their bizarre mixed art.
I mean, either 90% of your takes are the most generic takes known to man, or the most shit takes. You're a mod, by the way. Someone on mod fanatic. Why are you saying that? You're a mod. You're meant to be nice.
And otherworldly
Just lie, man. Fucking hell.
They inhabit. I can only imagine what the plan would have been if this was a smaller, more focused single-player game, instead of this looter-shooter generic multiplayer mess. But their novelty wears off quickly though, since they are heavily recycled later on.
I just remember going to every area, kill a bunch of vampires, go into a cave, then leave. Ooh, now you can kill the mega big bad vampire. One thing I hated as well is, like, he might talk about it in this video, but I hate they do this thing in arcane games where you just go around and you find notes everywhere. Like, I hate to admit it, I really try, but there has to be a better way to give you context or to world build than a huge text screen appearing in front of you. There's got to be a better way than that. Like, in Skyrim, you could open an actual book and read the pages, and that's a little bit better. I'm not asking for, like, an Audible subscription or anything.
shame to destroy it. A must.
And that's it. That's where the line gets drawn. And now we have to talk about the negatives. And I hope you're sitting down because it's a lot. We talked about those hilarious glitches that were there before, but now with all of them gone, you realize pretty quickly that you're stuck with a very dull and bare bones looter shooter. Combat has two forms, against normal enemies or vampires, and both do not present any challenge whatsoever.
The fact you can't skip that stake animation and it's the same animation every time is just painful.
Humans can be taken out in 1 or 2 shots and their aim is laughable. Their behavior, more so. They will run straight at you even while being shot, or just stay put eating lead, and are easily confused about where they are in relation to you if you get too close.
Dude, it's like an early access game, man. It's like the day before. How did they get away with this? I feel so bad for Arcane, man.
Vampires work similarly. They just run at you. They're supposed to be this terrifying force of raw savagery and evil, but their terrifying lunge is defeated by simply moving backwards a little. Unfortunately, as you level up and get better weapons, they become even more of a joke. Even the special vampires go down easily. These bosses that you're required to hunt down to progress are such a disappointment that you might end up killing them by accident.
I like how he's doing the exact same thing over and over and the enemies are just not adapting or learning. Like, I don't want like an Alien Isolation thing where like the AI learns to dodge attacks and stuff or not be baited out by certain things, but yeah, there's no challenge. There's no challenge. That's so boring. I'll be honest, I know Kai right now, Sanat, he's playing through Elden Ring. Guaranteed he would finish Elden Ring in a stream, but he would not finish this game. He would be so bored by this game. This game is actually harder to beat than Elden Ring.
As the game progresses, you are...
They were ready to cancel the game, but both parties told Arcane no and to keep making it. Yeah, no, I've already said, like, there's no way Arcane wanted to make this game. But, like, because Prey undersold so much, they were basically forced into, like, a B studio and just making, like, co-op games. Because they thought that would, like, save them.
Form that you can upset the vampire gods by completing missions.
If you want a game with insane AI, try Echo. It's on Steam.
Or doing certain things like shooting these floating blood bags that will force them to send the Rook, the most dangerous enemy in the game. But beyond looking like a gym...
It's like, here's the most dangerous enemy we've got, guys. Gets one-tapped.
Bro, going through a goth phase, they don't present anything interesting other than an inconvenience for when you have low health packs. So I found this amazing trick to ending encounters with him. When he shows up, just let him kill you. You lose nothing and just respawn. It's like the game got bored of its own mechanic. Yes, he drops rare loot, but the guns all feel the same. And the increases are so incremental that even if you get a rare, it wouldn't feel like much of an increase in power. The board design choice continues into the overall level design, where your quests are either fetching items or sneaking into bases.
Was that a shotgun?
Choice continues into the overall...
Pyro, I got called a muscle hamster at the gym the other day and I don't think I'll ever mentally recover from that. Do I stop working out now?
No, you double up and start taking Trenbolone acetate.
Level design, where your quests are either fetching items or sneaking...
I hope that's got slug rounds, because that was doing way too much damage.
...to bases, which for this game usually just means finding one of the 15 open windows you can climb into. The whole level design is either sneak your way in, shoot your way in, or sneak and shoot your way in. It blows my mind that this is an arcade game, from the same people that had me stack boxes and Prey just to reach a ventilation shaft, and that was just the basic use of environmental progression. The other negative here is the narrative. Cutscenes are delivered so dry you want to throw a cup of water at the screen.
I hate cutscenes like this. I get why they do it, because hiring out, you know, Blur Studio and stuff is just mad expensive, but the stills are so boring. They did this in Hitman. Hitman... Was it 2016? Hitman 2016 had like insane cutscenes. I think it was done by Blur. Like all the things are done by Blur at this point. But yeah, they had like really good cutscenes. And then the Hitman 2 cutscenes, I think, were just like still images. I think. Or maybe that was... Yeah, it's just still images. Because they literally had no budget. Because they really were surprised by how much... They were surprised by how much Hitman undersold. Because they tried to do that episodic format. But yeah, just stills are so lame. But I get it, because animating that stuff is really expensive.
There's just one thing standing in their way.
They include these static shots of characters while the camera zooms around trying to make this guy moving a wooden plank look epic as possible. You can talk to the characters in the base, but again, it's just so stiff, this character model standing around and staring at you while expressing the same emotion I do every time I get a mail from my medical aid. What's wrong with your hands? Also, if it's not a member of the main cast, expect to hear.
To be fair, that is like an Arcane staple. Characters with enormous hands. If you look at like any of the guards of like Dunwall in the first Dishonored game, they have like hands bigger than their face.
The game also has what feels like a million notes to read, but none really give any more insight than what just be gleaned from the environment.
Yeah, this is what I mean, like picking up these items and how it's just like a text box screen, like it's so lame.
I do hate this method of storytelling in gaming lately, of having to map every second of the events and then chopped up in a million pieces to be scattered around.
Like, I know people meme on the Bioshock audio log where it's like, oh no, it's coming to get me, and it just cuts to static, but I prefer that a million times over, you know, less sad wall of text.
The game in order for you to piece it together. It's the equivalent of going to the restaurant and them giving you the ingredients to make the meal. Sir, I ordered chicken snake.
Thank you, Vinny, for the 5. I'm surprised you haven't touched the System Shock remake. I have. I played through about half of it, and then I kind of got bored of it. It's really good, though. I feel like I had the same problem with it with Signalis.
I've been watching your channel for a while, but this is only my second time catching a stream. Keep up the daily slop, Pyro.
Thank you, Senator Armstrong, for the 10.
Schnitzel, not passive aggression. The final insult to this mental injury is the bosses. All of them have a backstory that's unlocked by watching a pair of static nerve endings talk about their feelings and motivation.
This was so lame as well. Just walking around. Why does every game have this, by the way? You know the whole, like, funny dream sequence where you see characters just stood around? It's almost like they do it as a way to kind of, like, cut costs in games. Chernobylite was a game that did it, and that Chernobylite was not a AAA game. Chernobylite's really good. Like, if you ask the average person about it, they'll just say it's like Stalker at Home. But I really like that game. But that game did that as well. Even Far Cry, like Far Cry, the Far Cry 5 DLCs, they did stuff like this. Or was it Far Cry 6? How many Far Cries are there now? Hang on. It was 6, right? Yeah, it was the DLCs for 6, like the Vast one and stuff.
None of it's good. The idea of playing a game, a multiplayer game no less, and just standing there watching these Dr. Manhattans spout dry emotions that are so painful to sit through is ludicrous.
Hey Byro, have you heard of the game Indigo Park on Steam? It's a new indie horror game and I was wondering if you were ever going to play it.
Indigo Park. Chapter 1. Oh, it just came out. Oh, hell no. It just came out. All right, we'll bookmark that one. I do have to do Sisyphus though. I kind of locked in on that. We'll see after.
Are you high right now?
You are interrupting my work.
This is the part of my process where I numb the pain with background YouTube videos while playing.
I love you, Mr. Bubbs. Do you love me too? No. Oh no. I think he loves me.
Yeah, I got you. I got this on camera.
So a year in, and Redfall has not improved.
Dude, SFM animations are just timeless. I love them. They're so good. Especially now we got Source 2.
Much though. Yeah, it's playable now.
Hey,
I always do that
have you
though.
looked into a Nintendo DS horror game called The Nameless Game published by Squaresoft? There's even a sequel. Pretty interesting concept having a survival horror on a DS even though the controls are complete jank.
Did you get that from the guy who did the video on Darkwood? And then he did the DS game? Because that was good. That was a good video.
But even then, it's still not worth the time. It's on Game Pass if you want to give it a look. But just my 2 cents, you could be spending time on so many better games.
He says so many better games and then you show The Quarry. I'm not sure about that one. Wow. All of these games. EA Sports, PGA Tour, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2.
So...
yeah, Game Pass really is where games just go to die. It's crazy.
Many. There are a lot more issues than just overall bad design choices I could have gone through. But also, Redfall has been talked to death a year ago.
Yeah.
I just needed to see for myself if any...
I was debating on doing a retrospect on it, like a deep dive. You know, like Redfall 1 year later, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I just can't. It's hell. This game was so boring to play through. So boring. And the thing is, I don't think anyone would care. And the worst thing about like putting an entire video together to like dissect a game is like no one would even bother because they're like Redfall who? Red who?
Anything improved. But at the end, the question on everyone's lips though is, I mean, of the 4 people that still care, is can we expect improvements? Answer, probably not. The general consensus is that this
someone called Game Pass Dead Pass
game.
Why are you so oily? Look, man, I have a skincare routine, okay? I have a skincare routine. I'm oil. I look very okay. I am actually mega oily. Look at the reflection from the sun. Oh my god. Okay, look, the reason why I'm oily is because I use a face wash, then I use a toner, then I use moisturizer on my face, then I use an essence oil, and then I use an eye cream. Use a lot of things. Should I show my skincare routine? Should I do it?
Is a lost cause at this point. Redfall has been left out in the rain without a coat, and no one is going to open that door to let them in. As always, thank you for watching. What do you think? Is Redfall worth saving, or should we just move on? But until we get a definitive answer, I'll still be...
Redfall does not need saving, it's dead. Right, hang on, I'll get the skincare stuff, hang on.